Hello guys, it's Razor Land Zombies here, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Skull of Nan Sapwe. Nan Sapwe, whatever the hell it's actually pronounced, I honestly don't know, to be honest. Now, I did quite a lot of reviews on the Eisendrache bows, and they got quite a lot of views and quite a lot of likes, so I'm assuming you guys want to see reviews on the wonder weapons for Zetsubou no Shima as well, so I will be doing a wonder weapon review on the Masamune upgraded. I've done one on the KT4 already, so I'll do the Masamune, and if you guys want to see the Spiderbait one as well as the HG40, MX Garand, and the Marshall 16 pistols, I will do those videos. Now let's get into this. So, in all honesty, the Skull of Nan Sapwe. Now, it's not too difficult to get, let's be honest. It's just kind of a bit repetitive, is the entire situation with getting the Skull of Nan Sapwe. It's not a very difficult weapon to actually get from the game, and it will always happen. You can get it every single game. It's kind of like you put a skull in an altar and you start a ritual of sorts where zombies will be attacking. It's much more difficult than ritual, so it's a bit more challenging, which makes it fun, but it's very tedious to get. Very tedious to get. It's also required for the Easter egg, so it's going to be used very much throughout the entire Easter egg, so you have to mesmerize a load of walls, and that takes off quite a bit of power from the Skull of Nan Sapwe. But today we're not going to be focusing about how good it is for the Easter egg or how useful it is for the Easter egg. We're going to be talking about how it performs gameplay wise and how I feel as if you should use this weapon when playing for Zetsubou no Shima and going for high rounds. So, when I did eventually get this weapon, it was about round 7, I think, and it's very easy to get should you have perkaholic and double points on. I had a perkaholic and I had the double points gobblegum on, so I got a lot of points, managed to get it really early on. But if you don't have those gobblegums, and if you're not lucky enough to get perkaholic and double points, or fire sales or stuff like that, it can actually be quite difficult to get, and it can take you about to round 7, not round 7, it can take you to about round 10, round 11, or even round 12, so it's a little bit annoying on that front. It does take a little bit of time to get. However, it is completely worth it, in my opinion. If you're going for a really high round on Zetsubou no Shima, it's going to be worth it to actually get the Skull of Nan Sapwe. The reason for this is because it takes out zombies absolutely incredibly. I know I was just on round 7, and now I don't know how this really has affected different rounds because I didn't get the chance to actually use it on a higher round, but on round 7 it absolutely annihilated the zombies, the Skull of Nan Sapwe. I'm assuming that it's going to keep the base stats and it will take the same amount of time to kill an entire horde, but as you can see from the gameplay, the Skull of Nan Sapwe absolutely decimates every single zombie in the horde, and it basically takes out an entire horde on round 7. It does take out the entire horde on round 7, but it is a timed-based wonder weapon. If you can't train up your hordes quickly enough, then you will not be able to get the most use out of your Skull of Nan Sapwe. For example, let's say if you want to round some zombies up, bring out the Skull of Nan Sapwe, use it on the zombies. You can't put it away, because if you put it away, then you won't actually be able to take the wonder weapon back out. So it's very stressful on that front. But if you are good at training and you manage to not get yourself trapped in corners, unlike I do, because you will actually really have a good time with this Skull of Nan Sapwe, and you can actually make let's say a full round use of it, and it recharges so quickly. It actually recharges amazingly quickly, which is amazing if you're going for the higher rounds. The Skull of Nan Sapwe is a really needed weapon if you are going to go for those high rounds, and it makes the game a lot more easier for you, and it makes taking out the trains a lot more easier rather than just using blast furnace. It's very good for taking out the thrashers as well. So if you're trying to take out a thrasher, you can take out the thrasher pretty decently, because what you can do is you can kind of back off from the zombies back into a little corner, and then if you use your Skull of Nan Sapwe, those zombies can't really kill you, and you can just take out the thrasher because it's kind of like stunned whilst using the Skull of Nan Sapwe. So it's very useful for that against thrashers. However, training with this, it's honestly not going to be the most beneficial thing, which is annoying because if you take out one horde, you don't get the full use of the Skull of Nan Sapwe, as you do have to put the wonder weapon away and you won't be able to take it out until it recharges. So it's not very good for running around, because if you get trapped in a corner, it takes a little bit of time to actually affect the zombies. It doesn't affect them right away, and if there's lots of zombies coming around you, unless you have the rocket shield, I mean, you can use the mesmerize feature on it, but that only stops the zombies in place. You can't automatically swap to the vaporize mode, which is the R2 mode, and it's tough to get out of sticky situations in the corners. As you can see, I actually tried to use the Skull of Nan Sapwe to get out of the corner that I was in, but I wasn't able to do it. So Definitely a brilliant weapon to use for those high rounds, and I do recommend getting it. Just try to be really good at training. Make sure you're training in a much better area than I was, and you will actually be able to use it pretty decently and get to those higher and higher rounds. So it's very good for those high rounds, and that is basically the best way to get to the high rounds. It's the most easy and most effective method to use, rather than using Blast Furnace, because you can take out the Thrashers very easily. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you like this video, then leave a like, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.